From struggling with mental health issues in secret to serenading crowds with his amazing display of skill and unorthodox boxing style, there is so much that people don't know about the Gypsy King, like his premature birth. Yep, you heard that right. It's ironic how much the little guy had to struggle because he was named after the toughest guy around, the legendary Mike Tyson. But it's true, our boy was actually born 3 months premature. Not only that, but the doctors didn't think he'd make it. But boy did he prove them wrong. It's hard to wrap your head around it, but he defied all odds and now stands tall at a gigantic 6 feet 9 inches. And this was made possible thanks to John Fury, who wasn't about to let his little champ give up without a fight. In fact, Tyson's father told the doctors at Wythenshawe Hospital that his son was destined for greatness. Weighing in at a whopping 20 stone now as the WBC champ of the world, his dad is probably a very, very proud dad. Fun fact, he's also the one who trained him. That is up until 2011. As it turns out, Tyson's old man once got slapped with an 11-year prison sentence for a fight. It wasn't just an ordinary fight, he ended up gouging the other guy's eye out. Talk about going too far. According to the Manchester Evening News, it all went down at a car auction. Sykes gave a bone-chilling account in court, describing how Fury's finger went straight into his eye, twisting and poking with a vengeance. He even heard a sickening clicking sound before realizing there was blood everywhere. It was like something out of a horror movie. But here's the crazy part. Fury seemed pretty chill about the whole thing. He boasted in court, saying he would have done much worse if he had wanted to. Not cool, Fury. In a desperate attempt for leniency, he even played the family card, claiming that his son's future was on the line. His lawyer even tried to paint him as a dedicated family man all about his son's career, but the judge was having none of it. In the end, the court issued a statement calling out the senseless nature of the attack, considering it all started over something really small over a decade ago. So, he got slapped with 11 years in prison. Seriously, what was he thinking? This whole debacle is a stark reminder that even tough-looking people can make terrible choices. It's a lesson about controlling your tempers and finding healthier ways to deal with conflicts. I guess you could say that his father's crazy actions have cast a shadow over his career. But hey, Tyson Fury's career doesn't look bad at all.
From Dillian White.
I mean, he has the talent, and more importantly, the guidance of his current trainer, Emmanuel Stewart. So his future still looks bright. Let's hope he can keep making headlines for his boxing prowess rather than any family feuds or courtroom drama. Because honestly, nobody's got anything on the Furies when it comes to rough family dynamics. But then again, part of the reason he's successful is because of his family and their crazy connection with boxing. Did you know that Tyson is related to Bartley Gorman, the legendary self-proclaimed king of the Gypsies? This boxing lineage runs deep. Not only that, but even John Fury himself was a bare-knuckle fighter in his heyday. The man took on competition at both amateur and professional levels during the groovy 80s and 90s. But his mom, Amber, is completely different. You see, instead of being ringside with her son like John, she cares more about his health. So she doesn't care about the world championships. In fact, she hasn't watched even one of her son's fights.
Wanted to hold on.
Yeah, 3 or 4 punch combo that went in there from Fury, and I think that hurt.
And uppercut.
Again, that was lovely.
Right hand, right uppercut, put him away, and he ain't getting up from the...
How crazy is that? But it's truly amazing how a tiny premature baby is now the heavyweight champion, don't you think? It just goes to show that with determination, belief, and the unwavering support of loved ones, anything is possible. I guess it's safe to say it hasn't always been smooth sailing for Tyson. He's battled some serious mental health issues too. We're talking about depression and addiction. It's a powerful story that the Gypsy King talked about on The Rich Eisen Show, opening up about how he once contemplated ending his life.
If I was ever gonna jack it, it wouldn't have been in a boxing ring. It'd have been when I was suffering with mental health. I was on the verge of suicide. That's when I'd have quit. But I didn't quit on myself, and I didn't quit on the world. That's why I'm back here to tell you.
Yes, you heard that right. The man who seems to have it all: fame, riches, and the heavyweight title of the world. But he was also fighting a silent battle that almost took him to the brink. He's a true champ though, so he didn't quit on himself or the world and overcome those challenges to get back in the ring. It's a testament to his resilience and determination, both inside and outside of the ring. I mean, Fury, like so many others, faced the dark cloud of mental health problem, which he calls a silent killer, an illness that takes takes more lives each year than we realize. You might think he's a world champion and he must be happy, but according to Fury, that couldn't be further from the truth, blaming his upbringing for the mental challenges he's had to face. But some argue that mental health issues have something to do with steroid use. Fury has faced criticism in the past for his controversial comments and a 2-year ban for steroid use. But let's not forget that he's also owned up to his mistakes. I mean, the guy has been nothing but open about the impact of his mental health on his behavior. It takes courage to own up to our flaws and seek help, and Fury has done just that. In fact, Fury admitted to using drugs and alcohol to cope with his depression in the past. He's said that he's been out drinking from Monday to Friday to Sunday and taking cocaine, partly because he can't deal with it, and the only thing that helps is when he gets drunk out of his mind. But thanks to the support of his family, he sought professional help from doctors and counselors. Since then, he's made a triumphant return to the boxing ring, including the controversial draw against former WBC heavyweight champion Deontay Wilder, the same fight in which the Gypsy King drank 2 pints of beer before entering the ring. Yep, talk about crazy pre-fight rituals. But according to him, taking a more relaxed approach to training can be beneficial. It apparently helps him loosen up and enjoy the process. You know, instead of being too strict and stressed out. He even talked to joe.co.uk about the time fighters used to have a swig of brandy before stepping into the ring. So to revive the old tradition, our boy had a couple of pints of beer just before his 2018 fight with Deontay Wilder. Maybe that's the reason why it was a draw.
I had 4 pints of beer before the Wilder fight the night before. Didn't do me any harm, did it? Ben, am I lying or not?
No, he's not lying.
There you go.
4 pints of beer, yeah.
But then again, Tyson claims it didn't do him any harm. In fact, he believes that fighters today may be a bit softer compared to the warriors of the past, the real men who had to fight hungry and endure grueling rounds. But the point he's tried to make is that mental relaxation and balance are super important. Speaking of which, his wife Paris Fury's support is one of the biggest reasons for his healthy mental space. In fact, she was right there cheering him on when he beat Wilder for the 2nd time. Not only that, but she also had some harsh advice for Wilder when she spoke to IFL TV. She said that he's just not tough enough to beat Tyson, adding that the Wilder saga is done for good now. Paris wasn't holding back. It's clear that she's been Tyson's biggest supporter, both in and out of the ring, ever since they first met as teenagers and fell in love. Talk about young love. They've been through thick and thin together. She's even stuck by him through all his struggles, including his battles with drinking, drugs, and weight gain. I guess we can all agree that a lot has gone into Tyson Fury becoming the heavyweight champion of the world.
And the new WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury.
And whether you're a boxing fan or not, there's no denying that this guy is something special. Well, that's all I have for you about the crazy things you didn't know about Tyson Fury.